What's up, guys? Artoboy here. Today we're doing another video. Today we're taking a look at the Buck 110 Pakistani medium-sized clones. Let's begin. Phew. Now I can finally not bring up both my Pakistani clone. Well, I do have to bring this as an example, but at least I can actually not have to bring my... Well, yeah, I gotta have to bring it up. So, oh yeah, just for shape comparison. But yes, these are basically the medium size. The reason why I call it medium size, because, well, you can know why. It's basically much smaller. But here we go. So as you can see, this one has so this is how you open the tiny version. And this is how small it is, you can see. And this is how you close it, the little button right in there. Now calling a clone for basically having the same function, but it's just the shape is what matters the most. Of course, there is basically the normal things. Okay, let's see. 3 brass pins, basically both on the side. Basically had to have it separate on each side, both sides. 2 pins basically also has the same deal. Basically have it on both sides. This one's basically for, yeah, they're both separate. This one is basically the normal pin for, well, basically for the knife itself. Of course, there is 3 brass pins on the wood, basically all on 3 on both sides. Again, there's basically the 4 pieces of brass on there, basically both side shapes. Of course, there's also the thin piece of brass on both sides, one big one on the side for the center of it. But the reason why so let's go see how, let's pretend it's actually kind of the same size. It is actually looks similar to the 110, which, if again, because of the top piece is basically looks similar to it, or almost similar. This one is basically just a version of this, same shape like that. So the size on this knife, now the size on this one is around about basically of 2 inches. Meanwhile, for the handle, and while it's closed, be around about of 3 inches. Meanwhile, for the overall size would be around about 5 inches. So let's test these bad boys out. The results out there is not really good. I mean, you can see, these are pretty good these are strikes. And of course, it didn't really is effective, but it could stab it and go through it perfectly fine. You do need strength to get that around, but what about this one? It's a little bit of blade play in there too. Oops. Again, yeah, these are pretty rough. Make a note of that. Oh boy, you could know. So I give you could definitely know how, well, rather insane it looks compared to is also pretty big about this. Also pretty smaller than you can expect to see from this guy. So I give the final verdict of the 110 Pakistani medium-sized clones an astounding of a 4 out of 10. You could definitely know. These guys are basically, you can expect, you know, you get for what you paid for basically being really incredibly cheap. And, you know, you could see, like, one of them basically has, like, a darker wood. Meanwhile, this side has, like, basically brown wood. Well, that might be someone did the little X on it, you know, on a cheap clone. So that wraps up of the. So yeah, overall, it's one of those, like, goes alongside with the clone, Pakistani clone. You know, you can know from this. So that wraps up of the medium size 110 clones, or the Buck 110 Pakistani clone medium sized. I'm Artillo Boy, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time.